I muted it. Yeah,
When?
when the phone call started. For like a couple minutes.
Oh.
Basically, from the time I stopped talking.
Oh, because I
You
was
still
talking for a
talking?
while. I was talking. I was.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Did people get that I prefer ramen over pho?
Well, they're talking about the pronunciation of pho.
Or pho. That's right. Pho. I prefer
Fasolati-da?
pho solatita. I prefer ramen over pho. Anyway. Rich, for anyone who doesn't know, for anyone who's new, Rich will mute. Rich is in control of the stream tonight. And Rich will mute both of us for any cutscene because he really likes the cutscenes in this game. And apparently he will do so without telling me
I
because I
said
was
mute.
talking.
You didn't hear it. I
I
said
didn't
it.
hear it. I was talking that entire time.
Okay. I didn't
That's
know that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jack.
It's okay. What do we think of vegetarianism? Wow, vegetarianism. Rich, I'm losing it.
It's okay. You're gonna lose it right now because I'm gonna hit you.
A rankings fight?
Yeah, how about it?
All right. Will you give me a minute? Wait for me in the hallway.
Right.
Mind if we do this somewhere else?
You're the boss.
Stop checking me out like that.
You killed them?
Such a gentleman. Are you asking out of tactical curiosity? Or are you just fucking with me?
Bet they didn't offer much resistance.
You got a problem with that? You got no idea how hard it is to hide your true self around here.
Hey, I'm not accusing anybody.
A real gentleman. I just turned my back, but you didn't strike. You are fucking with me!
It's actually pretty hard to take cheap shots when your enemy is as bloodthirsty as yourself.
People like us think alike, don't we?
Shall we?
Huh? You will pay with your life! At last I have my chance. I will now avenge my father!
Something tells me you watch too many samurai movies, little girl.
Sonic sword!
Holy! What the hell was that?
Okay, and we're back.
That's great.
What?
That's great.
Kill a woman? Give me a break.
Vegetarianism. I mean, again, you do you. Do whatever works for you. I'm not here to hate on it. I was a butcher for a long time. I cut up animals. I enjoy animals. I enjoy eating many animals. And I think, I never have a problem with vegetarians, who are just like, oh, it's like a healthy lifestyle thing. Like, do whatever works for you. I do have a problem with vegetarians who are only so because of cruelty to animals. They say like, oh, I don't like how chicken farmers treat their chickens, and so I'm not going to eat chickens. And it's like, well, I think that's the wrong attitude. I think if you don't like how chicken farmers treat chickens, you should buy your chickens from better chicken farmers. Which by the way, are incredibly, like, in the age of the internet, are incredibly easy to find. When I worked at the butcher shop, I knew exactly where all of our food came from. I still buy meat there. I knew like we could go and visit each one of the cows. Like it was all local farmers, you know, and that was incredibly important to me. Like there's some great restaurants near where I live who only, yeah, Jack is pro farmer. Surprise, surprise. Who only buy from local farmers. Where it's like that's the important stuff is like choosing where you get your meat from. And listen, you're not going to get quality meat from Purdue or any of the mass chicken farmers who make chicken nuggets by the millions. You're not going to get good chicken, right? Find the good stuff near you, find the good farms and buy your meat from there. So I don't know if that's a controversial view or not. I don't think that is the correct way to go about becoming a vegetarian, but also I'm not a vegetarian, so maybe my opinion doesn't matter.
Sorry. This boss fight is kind of hard if you don't pay attention. So
then do what you
like that. God damn it! I got caught in a fucking beam. Couldn't get out of the way. Now I'm probably dead. Fuck!
Bounce back.
Nope.
Nope.
Motherfucker.
That's right. Like, listen to Dr. Kill the Cat, who's saying he worked in livestock and visited many farms. Farmers love their animals and they're doing the best they can to do a good job, but it's a dying profession. There are less farmers and they're becoming more franchises. And that's the real thing. And so it's like supporting, and you know what? It might mean you have to pay a little more for your meat. And it might mean that, you know, you won't get, you know, like you have to go out of your way to get it. But if you support the people who are producing good stuff, then there'll be more of them. And it's really sad that like quality meat is becoming like a niche market. You know, it's really the farmer in me is coming out right now. You know, it wasn't a big deal growing up. We lived in a farming community, and it's like, you know, killing animals was all part of it, and treating the animals that you were going to eat well was never a question. Where it's like, I'm going to eat this. This is a thing that I'm going to use for nutrition. Why wouldn't I treat it as best as I could? You know, there's a logic leap when it comes to profits over quality of meat that I don't understand. You know, where it's like the farmers aren't eating that. The farmers aren't eating the chickens that like have no legs and like crawl around the barn floor. So I'll stop ranting about farms and meats now. It's fine. Everything's fine. All the time. Yeah. There were a bunch of... Oh, no, you know what? OctoJ says there were a bunch of hominids that were vegetarians and they're all extinct. Just saying. Yeah.
It's true.
Come on, we've evolved
true.
past evolution. Evolution doesn't play a factor into our lives anymore.
Oh no,
What are you
no, of course
waiting
not.
for? Finish me!
Finish
So,
you.
that doesn't
Don't
matter anymore.
look at me like that! Don't!
Mute.
I think there's been some kind of misunderstanding. I never fought your father.
Liar! You killed him! Sliced him in two! You sick bastard!
Whoa, whoa! Calm down a little. Jacobs was my mentor. I'd never kill him.
Liar!
I watched Master Jacobs' teachings on video over and over till the fucking tape wore out. We'd never met in person.
Kill me. I admit it. I lost. Just do it!
How about kill yourself after you kill me. Sounds like a bit straight out of a samurai movie, don't it?
Shut up and kill me already! You've already dishonored me enough.
Do it yourself.
Please.
I'll fight you anytime, anywhere. Until then, I'll be waiting.
Another victory, Travis. You are now ranked 8th.
You gonna kill her?
Probably not. She's still young. But I still have to follow the association's rules of conduct.
Then let her live.
Are we suddenly in love, Travis?
Hell no.
Then why take the risk of her coming back for revenge? In this business, there's no such thing as mercy.
Kill when you can kill. That's bullshit. All I want to do is fight someone better than me. She'll grow up. Why not kill her when she's stronger? Yeah, then I'll kill her.
You are sick.
So are you.
Okay. People are saying I'm kind of a bully to you. I was up front ahead of time that I was going to mute during the cutscenes. Me and Jack. It's not like I'm talking and just cutting Jack out.
Yeah.
Everything is stopping for the cutscene because
No.
I like this game. I
Yeah.
wanted to re-experience this game, and I want to watch the cutscenes.
This is the shtick for tonight, and I'm down with it.
What the fuck?
And that's fine.
I know some people in the chat really hate the cutscenes and be watching them. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be less of a jerk. Normally I would have had some kind of funny, sarcastic thing to say, but I'm sorry. I like the cutscenes. I want to watch them, and we're going to watch them.
Don't you worry about it. If this is the shtick for tonight, you keep it going. Also, Fleshy Patch, thank you for subscribing. We very much appreciate it. One last thing I will say on the whole farms and chicken and good meat thing. I did see somewhere in the chat someone was saying like they can't afford the good chicken, And here's the other part. Here's the other part of this situation, which I think is drastically and vitally important. As Americans, we eat too much. And I think anyone who's ever been to a shopping mall knows this to be true.
Yeah.
We eat too much, especially meat. Like meat is not supposed, you're not supposed to have these giant portions. You're not supposed to have a couple chicken breasts, like you're not supposed to eat the whole chicken. The whole chicken is for the whole family. Whereas, and it's kind of a chicken and an egg thing, pardon the pun, which is farmers are trying to keep up demand for chicken nuggets, and people are eating too much chicken nuggets, and so they have to meet demand for chicken nuggets, and so they can't have the quality because people want to eat these chicken nuggets, right? And so this is the real thing where it's like you can get the good meat. It's not going to be an everyday thing. Meat shouldn't necessarily be an everyday thing.
I used to work at the grocery store, and I was in the meat department, and just the sheer amount of chicken we'd go through, I mean, I was constantly throwing out value-sized packages of, chicken wings, chicken legs, and, we got an insane number of boxes of that shit in every day, and, every package, every 2 wings, that's a full chicken. Every package is, 20 chickens. and that's one grocery store. The amount of chickens this country kills every year has got to be just amazing.
Right? Right? And so, like, and I see everyone's asking for the mute button now, and I will try to get off of my soapbox.
Oh,
But,
for
you know.
the talking that was going on with the phone?
Either that or they just didn't want to hear. They just didn't want to hear me preach about.
No,
not
someone
eating
someone was
chicken.
talking on a phone.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I had already muted you like twice in a row.
Oh.
And I felt bad.
Oh,
Oh, I let that cutscene go.
Rich,
Yeah.
you've started a shtick for tonight. You have to keep with that. You have to keep with that.
See, this isn't even a shtick. This is just I want to enjoy the cutscenes, and this game has good cutscenes, and I figure people in the chat, and people watching, might actually
Yeah.
want to see some of them.
Oh, sure.
You know, I mean,
Ace Gigolo, there was no way I could know it was a joke. It was typed out. The sarcasm font. Remember, we need the sarcasm font. In any case. What's light? I don't even know if I have lighter news.
there is no light news. There is only dark news.
There's only dark news.
Have you heard about the heat death of the universe?
Yes, Rich. I can tell you this. Yesterday, I had the episode done Monday night, and I pulled a crazy all-nighter. I had it all edited, the Bloodborne episode, and the real problem is once it's done, it's not done because you have to render it out, which takes an hour or so. Then you have to watch it to make sure that the render was successful. You know, because
Cosmos Jester! Cosmos Jester! Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it. Okay, episode rendering, yada yada.
So after you render the episode, you have to watch it again because oftentimes when you render something out, you know, when you export the movie file, little glitches can occur, audio glitches. And so it's really important to then watch it afterwards. And so, like, I'd finished the edit, and I'd stayed up pretty late to finish the edit. And then I rendered out, and I needed to upload it, because the episodes are long, and, you know, it's high definition, it takes a long time to upload to YouTube, and I wanted it done by Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
So, like, I started rendering it out, and I needed to stay awake to watch it Monday night. And it was very late Monday night. I mean, you know, like, I started rendering it out at like 11:30 midnight, and I needed to stay awake in order to then watch it so I could start uploading it to YouTube so it could be ready fresh Tuesday morning. And you know, it was just like, okay, this is my job tonight, and you know, like, I stayed up super late. I got it out. The render was fine. I was also a little like delirious from being up so late because I wake up very early. And so I watched it and everything seemed fine. So I started uploading to YouTube. Like, yes, I did my job. I will have the episode ready by Tuesday morning. Get the thumbnail all made out. The upload to YouTube went fine. Send all the info to Jay, who updates the website and makes it go live. It's like, all right, yes, Tuesday morning. I did it. And then there was a problem at the studio. So Jay didn't upload it, and it didn't get uploaded until Wednesday morning. So it was like, I could have gotten to bed at a reasonable time. And I was really upset.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's, you know,
People are asking if we finished. My PS4, like, I had to reformat it. The hard drive, just something wacky happened. The last stream, I must have unplugged it before it was done shutting down. So I had to start from scratch. So I haven't beaten it yet.
no, and I also have not beaten it yet. I've gotten pretty far. I think I'm close to the end. I of course I have no idea how it ends because I've been doing a good job of avoiding spoilers. But like, I've gone back and forth. I've been doing a whole bunch of the Chalice dungeons.
Yeah, I might fuck around with those a bit more because I haven't done much of the Chalice dungeon stuff.
Oh yeah, no, they're fun. It's fun, and you know.
Did you get like any of the uncanny or lost versions of any of the weapons? Because that's a weird thing.
I've not gotten any fancy weapons yet, but
They're the same, except you can use different gems with them.
ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So I've still not beaten it. I'm up to like I have no idea how many hours. But that's the thing. All yesterday while I was waiting for the episode to go up, I was just playing Bloodborne to play, enjoying the shit out of it. This morning too. I was
It's a
playing.
great game.
Great fucking game. Jack's job involves pulling all-nighters for things he barely makes money on. By the way, welcome to the internet. That's how it's always worked. It's really true. We make prereq because we enjoy it. It's certainly, you know, it is what it is. That's fine.
It gives us a reason to play games.
It gives us a reason to play games. It gives, and you know what? Hopefully, it gives us a voice, a voice to do these live streams, which I know you guys enjoy. We enjoy doing them, and they kind of work hand in hand. The review show, the streams. We recently got mentioned in an article. I'm going to retweet it tomorrow. Rich, we were named as one of the 12 people in gaming you should be watching
Oh, really?
by some website.
Wow.
Yeah, named amongst some we were named amongst some people that I watch. Like we were named amongst like Game Theory.
I can't believe that.
Right?
I actually can't believe that.
And the person writing the article said, like, go to their YouTube channel and you're going to see a lot of Twitch broadcasts, but check out, like the previously recorded review series. That's the real meat of it. And that, that's the stuff. And so it's like, I understand like these Twitch broadcasts aren't for everyone. We really enjoy them. And I hope you do too, obviously. But I think both of them work hand in hand. The review series along with the live broadcasts.
Game Theory backed up my theory on Mario Galaxy. I from the time I played Galaxy, I thought that Rosalina was supposed to be Mario and Peach's daughter.
Ah.
And at the end of the game meant that basically the whole universe got rebirthed, and Game Theory talked about all of that shit. Basically, they had the same exact thoughts on Mario Galaxy that I did.
Oh, that's great.
I found interesting.
That's great. I'm sorry for saying some website. I'm going through Twitter right now to find he tweeted at us. And I didn't want to retweet it because I had just tweeted out like the episode and I knew I was going to tweet about streaming, so I didn't want to overtweet. You can't overtweet, Rich.
Mm-hmm.
You can never overtweet. Where is it?
I just know we need to find an excuse to do a Wii game so that we can have an excuse to buy a second Wii.
Or to buy you a Wii U?
Yeah, I was thinking it'd be much more convenient to set this up today if I had a Wii U.
Sure.
Just,
yeah.
HD ready with an HDMI out. Because the Wii, still standard def.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I bought some special, years ago, some special cables to kind of play this in somewhat HD. It's like at least higher than standard def. It's a little bit better image quality.
Sure.
And I went to set that up today, and I was getting a black and white image.
Oh.
Like the Wii was coming in black and white. I eventually figured it out, but for a while I was calling Jack before I streamed because I wanted to stream early. I wanted to start early. I wanted to be because I knew I was gonna pause in the cutscenes, so I wanted to be more than halfway through this game before Jack showed up. So I just so I wouldn't be rude all night to Jack muting the cutscenes. Maybe I'll get through No More Heroes quick and we'll start doing something else. We'll see.
This tweet.
But I need an excuse to have a Wii.
Okay, we can do that. We can make that happen. You know what, Rich? We can make that happen. I'm fine with it. WoW 24/7. Yes, that is it. WoW247.co.uk. Some website. 12 fantastic YouTube gaming channels you should be watching.
Send me a link to that, Jack, if you could.
I will email you a
Thank you.
link to that
Thank you.
right now. I'll retweet it tomorrow for anyone who doesn't want to go through the trouble of Googling that. But very flattered, obviously. But I do think they made a good point of saying, like, you know, because we do upload cuts of all the Twitch streams to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I do wish, you know, like,
Did they mostly like our streams?
they mostly liked our reviews.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They said to, like, don't they were warning people, like, don't be scared by the stream. You know?
That's great.
Which, you know, like, oh, sure, like, they look like just streamers, but they have this review show that you should be watching. I wish YouTube had a feature where you could subscribe.
Oh, that was not a good parking job.
Does parking give you extra points?
No, it's just my personal satisfaction.
Oh, that's great. In any case, I've actually, like, contacted YouTube a couple times, like, asking for feature requests. I wish there was a way to subscribe to a playlist. You know, where there are some people who have channels that I enjoy, but I only want certain content from those channels. And I could feel I could see people feeling the same way about our channel, like only liking previously recorded and not liking previously recorded live.
There's a reason these aren't uploaded at Red Letter Media's channel.
Oh. Right?
Yeah. It was our idea, but still. It's like if we do produce Content Fest, we do this streaming stuff, we might clog up Red Letter Media with just our shit. That's
Right.
probably not right.
Oh, right. No, and, you know, like, it works. Like, we get we get steady YouTube viewership, and, you know, we're good community engagement, which I like. And more so, I like this. I like the live chat. I like engaging with you guys live. I think that's fun. But anyway,
Decent parking job.
decent parking job.
I want to get out of the bike and land right on the mission tile. That's what I want.
Oh, okay.
I don't even remember what mission type is. Is this just to kill everybody?
3, 2, 1.
Hey, previously recorded live. I've always thought that the stream videos in YouTube could be a stream tag or title or something. Yeah, well, you know, we have all of our streaming videos under the streaming playlist, and all of our previously recorded video under the previously recorded playlist, and, you know, like, I bunched all of, like, the animations that people have made into their own playlist. So hopefully, you know, like, no matter what you're looking for in our videos, you can find them easily. But I always view this as a podcast, really. I don't give a shit what you play. and I think that's fine too, H2Go.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I do think, like, just like what happened right there, I think this is the thing that makes live streaming unique is talking with you guys. If you have a question, if you have a joke, you know, like, if you want to know something, we can discuss things back and forth, obviously on a bit of a delay, but it's much more immediate than, like, emailing us or something like that. And I think that's where the real uniqueness of Twitch comes into play, and that's what I like about it.
We can interact with the chat, and apparently I can just say horribly mean things to people.
And as you know what, Rich, as long as it's funny, it doesn't matter. That's the
Yeah.
real thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just the problem. Oh.
I was, you know, Jay and Mike were like, "Oh, maybe you should be nicer to people, Rich. They think you're an asshole." Like, what?
You know what that means, Rich? You just weren't being funny enough.
Maybe. Maybe.
Well, Kilroy McSpunk, what's your question? If you just say you have a question, that doesn't do me much good.
Oh, yeah, that.
I see a lot of Jim Sterling talk. I don't know who that is.
Who?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Sorry. We don't
I
know.
wouldn't know a Jim Sterling if it bit me on the ass.
I don't, maybe it will. I don't know. Anyway. You know what, Ace Gigolo? I have seen that Rebirth. Here's the fucked up thing. Rich, and I know you don't care about this. So this is just gonna be me talking. It was announced on April 1st, April Fool's Day, that The Binding of Isaac Rebirth is coming to the Wii U and 3DS. Nintendo has a very strict no religion in games policy. And a very strict, moderation policy on what games come to their systems. And so The Binding of Isaac was not meeting those criteria at all. But according to its creators, it is coming to Nintendo with no editing.
Really?
This was, of course, announced on April 1st. Here's the thing. On April 2nd, they said that the real joke was that you guys all thought this was a joke. It's really happening. Right?
Yeah.
And they I follow Tyrone Rodriguez, the head developer, on Twitter, and he's showing pictures of it running on the Wii U. I still do not believe it. And since that April 1st joke, they have been continuing with the story that it is actually happening, and I still do not believe it. Because they're the kind of people that would play out this sick fucking joke. I won't believe it until I see it on the store. How about that? I want to believe it. I guess it doesn't really matter to me. I already own it twice. No, I already own it 3 times. I literally own The Binding of Isaac Rebirth 3 times. And also The Binding of Isaac, the regular. Just once. But in any case, it doesn't matter to me. I'm excited if it does really happen, because that's hopefully some
Jack?
people who don't already have it. You
Jack?
muted me? Are you muting me?
I did it. I did it.
You muted me or you did it?
No, I did it.
What'd you do?
The perfect parking job. Perfect. I got out of the bike. I'm standing right on the thing I need to be standing on. Right on it.
That's terrible.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Perfect.
I watched it. I saw it, and you know what? Great. Congratulations.
Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, God. It's too perfect. It's too perfect.
You know what, Rich? Just stop playing right now. It won't get any better than that.
No, it's so close to the little star on the ground
Yeah.
that when I hit the button to use the ATM machine, I get back on the bike. I'm too close to the bike. I can't do the thing. It's like the Twilight Zone, Jack. It's like the Twilight Zone. I finally got my perfect parking job, and it's terrible. I can't do what I wanted to do. I just get back on the bike.
You got everything you ever wanted, but it turned out to be not what you wanted.
Yeah. Oh no. I've learned a terrible, ironic lesson. I'm sorry, Rod Sterling. My hubris. Oh, my hubris.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I love every single second of it. That's great. So you had to get back on your bike and do not as good a parking job just so you could continue with the mission.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I watched one I've watched exactly one Total Biscuit video. I also know nothing about him.
I like I said, I stopped watching him as much when we started doing our thing, because I don't want to hear his opinion on shit we might do. But
Sure.
he's a great place to go when you just hear about some weird game and you don't know anything about it. You want to know more. He's got this series called, What the Fuck Is? WTF is blah blah blah.
Yeah,
So
I
if
want
you
to
see
say
some weird game, you just know the name, you don't know much else. He's probably got a video that explains what the game's all about.
I think when you were, it was your idea to do the Banner Saga, and I want to say you're like, oh, here, we can watch this video on
Yeah.
it. I think
Yeah.
that's the only video of his I've ever seen. I know nothing about him.
Okay.
So, yeah, like Rich said, and like we've talked about a bunch, we don't watch, like I try not to watch other gaming review shows, especially on games that we might do. Like I'll still watch Game Theory, because they're great.
What the fuck?
And the Game Theorist.
Purple Space Bazooka! Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
What the fuck?
Sausage Toes! Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
It's true. We very much appreciate it. He had cancer?
Who did? Total
Who
Biscuit?
did? Total Biscuit had cancer? Is he better? Had cancer or has cancer? Cancer's no joke. That's a real thing.
No. Be a shame. I like his videos.
Obviously, no matter what you think about him, cancer sucks.
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
Are we sure, like, Triggy Let's Play isn't a fan of his? Maybe he just had cancel. It's all a
Well-
misunderstanding.
Apparently, people like his videos, so hopefully he doesn't have cancel either.
Can't take full credit for that. Somebody in the chat brought up
Oh.
Trigger Play. Ace Gigolo said cancel.
Oh, there you go. Oh, he's doing better. Good. That's good. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lost in Technicolor. I hope you get better with your cancer. Cancer is it's a big thing right now.
Right now or always?
Always.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's quite possible that people have died from cancer for eons, but now we just know it's cancer. You know. Saw your next prereq is Shovel Knight, which I love. Why did you wait so long to bring it to the series? Like both Rich and I have played Shovel Knight. I want to say I 100% completed Shovel Knight, or not 100%, but I completed Shovel Knight only on stream.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that the only time I ever played Shovel Knight was on stream and I beat the game.
Well, it's getting a PlayStation release,
It's getting a
Vita
new
and everything. So
a PS4 and a Vita release, which makes it slightly fresh again. And after playing something as intense as Bloodborne, we wanted to make sure that just for Rich's and I's sanity, we played something a little lighter.
a breather.
A breather. Something
That's a Bloodborne's a good chunk of game right there.
God, yeah. God, yeah, it is. But, so, we do, and in general, we do try to vary it up, bigger game, smaller game, bigger game, smaller game. So, we just did a AAA release, now we're going to do a smaller game. As far as smaller games go, though, Shovel Knight is the tallest midget.
I've got an angle for Shovel Knight discussion that I'm curious about. So.
Yes, and by the way, Rich has a very good angle. We won't spoil it yet. Rich came up with a very good angle that I'm curious to explore.
You know what I like about his lightsaber, Jack?
Ah,
That the energy doesn't like go up and come back down. Like it actually has like a little pull, and it's just shooting between the two little like sensor things.
Sure, a little more scientifically accurate.
Yeah, it's horribly silly and it's horribly great.
I think that is wonderful. Oh, and for Dave Pubond, we are both going to replay it.
Oh yeah,
We've both played it on the PC. I'm going to play it on the Vita as it's coming to the Vita because that'll give a little fresh perspective playing it as a handheld. And
I played on the PS4.
and Rich is going to play it on the PS4.
So I
Right?
think they're adding a boss or something. Right?
They're adding Kratos from God of War as a boss fight.
Yeah.
And that'll give us a little fresh perspective and make us play it again, which is great. So, the sexual angle, right? It's always about the sexual angle. I don't have a favorite video game engine. I don't, I think engine. That was the question. Jack, what's your favorite video game engine? It doesn't matter, is the answer. Is the game good? That's the thing that really
I think
matters.
the Doom 3 engine was underrated.
Sure. Was that Unreal?
No,
Doom 3?
it was the Doom 3 engine.
Was it the Doom 3 engine?
ID makes their own shit, or id makes their own shit. They used
Okay.
to. I don't know. I know id's not id anymore. They got bought out by somebody else, and everyone that used to be there is gone. So
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know what it's like there now, but John Carmack, he was the engine man.
Oh, okay. Sure. I don't know about those things. I know everything's made with Unity because that's a cheap and easy way to make things. I say cheap and easy, but it's easier than making your own engine. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Source because I'm a Valve fanboy, but
What's important is the game they make with it.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter what engine.
But
It's the game.
the Doom 3 one did some nice stuff with lighting.
Oh, according to Twitch Plays Pokemon, id still makes their own engines.
Okay. But
And-
John Carmack is not involved at all with this. I'm assuming.
I don't know.
John Carmack's too busy trying to make spaceships now.
Oh, apparently, internally built engines have come back into style.
Really?
What does that even mean? They've come back into
Means
style.
more people are probably doing it. For a longest time, people just licensed the
Every-
Unreal Engine.
everything
Actually,
was
before
on-
that, it was like the Quake engines, and then then after Doom 3, nobody liked Doom 3, and it became Unreal.
Everything
Unreal.
was Unreal. I mean that you would see that Unreal logo on everything. I remember. Yep. I do remember that.
I'm an older man though, because I remember when the Quake engine was the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Quake 3 and Quake 2, everyone wanted to use those.
Sure. Well, that's the thing. You're older. I remember Unreal, and obviously, any indie game on Steam is going to use Source. Is going to use the Valve engine Source, but yeah, the Steam engine is called Source.
Well, the
Valve engine. Oh yeah, I see some people saying Steam engine, and that's the Source engine. That's right, Ace Gigolo. Rich, you're not an older man. You're a mature man.
Sure. Call it what you want to call it. I'm an old man.
Yeah. Yes, and you're right. All the indie stuff. Well, it depends. All the indie stuff on Steam that is 2D with 3D models is Unity. All the indie stuff that is 3D with 3D models is Source.
Basically, no matter how you slice it, I'm probably dying at least a few years earlier than most people watching this stream. Probably by at least 4 years.
Oh, is that true? Hotline Miami is made in GameMaker? I know that Risk of Rain is made in GameMaker. And GameMaker is obviously a game making software that is very cheap, even for bigger bundles, and pretty intuitive as far as like drag and drop. And Risk of Rain is made with GameMaker.
Can I say that I love that He says he shouts out dessert names for his power-ups.
I mean, you can say that.
Strawberry cheese brownie. I think my favorite is strawberry on the shortcake.
I mean, good. Right.
What?
Just the chat. Just something I don't want to repeat. That made me giggle. That's all.
I'm curious what it was.
That's it. It's don't worry about it.
You shouldn't have said anything then.
Well, I couldn't help. I was laughing. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help laughing. Oh, there we go. Mustard on the hot dog. That's funny.
It's not a dessert.
It is if you're doing it right. Yeah. People born in 2000 are only 15 right now. That's true. That's true. There could be people born when I graduated high school that are now old enough to be watching the stream. That's the thing.
Fucking die.
I do wonder. Like, I wonder if I was 15 right now, would I watch gaming streams? I probably would. It's very different being an adult. I like gaming streams now because I don't know. I like gaming. I guess I would have.
I'm sure this will come up during the Shovel Knight discussion.
Sure. The Shovel Knight discussion, aka we're old men. I am a 1981 born person. I'm 33 years old. As we've discussed.
The year my brother was born.
There you go. There you go. Younger than some, older than others. Exactly the same age as others.
Yes.
These are the things I'm saying because I'm trying to fill time. And these are that thing that I said was 100% true.
I think I'm gonna be at least done with this game after I finish this
All right.
boss, this stage.
Cool. That's the thing, so Twitch Plays Pokemon says, before gaming streams, I used to spend a lot of time playing various games and doing demos. But I also spent time, just watching my friends play games. You know, we would play games, but you didn't get to play all the time, and so just, being in the same room as someone who's playing a game is something that happened often. And so that's all this is an extension of that. And, I'll still... You know, if I have 10 minutes to kill, in 10 minutes I can't start up and get a quick 10 minutes of Bloodborne, right?
Yeah.
It's not that kind of game. But you know what I can do?
What?
I could turn on Twitch and watch someone else play it for 10 minutes just to get some ideas.
If I want to do something for 10 minutes game, I'll probably just put on Crypt of the Necrodancer. I'll turn that
Sure.
on. That's good
Sure.
for that.
Mostly I'm thinking of pooping. Or it's if I'm sitting on the John for 10 minutes and I didn't bring my Vita with me, then it's okay, I'll just turn on Twitch, watch someone else play Bloodborne and get some ideas.
Plants vs. Zombies.
No.
Zombie mode unlimited.
I don't like that. I'm not big on Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I don't care what you're into.
This is what I'm saying.
I don't judge what you like.
Of course you do. That's our job. Do you guys deduct the cost of prereq games from your taxes? Yes. not only games, movies, everything entertainment-wise, I deduct from my taxes. Because that's how it works. That is a business expense, and in talking with my accountant this year, as this is the first year I'm doing taxes after the gaming show started, he had a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Really?
How-
Was that his question? Really?
more so, it was just like, so, and you know, of course, I've been an independent film producer, or you know, like a media producer for a while, so he's used to strange stuff. But he's just like, so, video games, huh? Yeah, it was just like a, explain to me how you're making money off of this, so I can explain it to the government. No, that is not true. Any food that we're eating while streaming cannot be used as a tax deduction. And food in general. Oh, pardon me. Like, you can deduct portions of meals, but it's not 100% of meals. Like, for craft services or for, like, production meetings, you can deduct a portion of meals, but it's not 100%. But, like, video games and stuff, yeah, these are all business expenses. And every one of them is, you know, marked, receipts are scanned or saved as PDF. This is like honestly the most boring business talk in the world. Very apt, because today is tax day. If you haven't mailed
That's
out your
true.
taxes,
I did it digitally.
yes, get your taxes out. Today's tax day. But yeah, no, I like keeping track of all of the games we buy, of all of the equipment we buy. Like literally, I deducted those matches that we bought. Those matches, or well, I guess I'll deduct them next year. But like, I had to account for those hundreds of thousands of matches that we bought to burn the Order 1886, because that was a production cost.
Jack?
What?
You.
Hey, Travis. Your next ranked battle is at the filming studio. Win, and you'll be 7th. Lose, and you're dropping down to an even deeper circle of hell. So, how are you feeling, Travis? Your head feeling better? Relieved yourself lately? Maintaining proper oral hygiene? When you're ready, step inside. Some people say it's important to know when to give up. That you shouldn't aim for things that are obviously beyond your grasp. But ignore idiots like that. Don't accept defeat before the first punch has even been thrown. Hello? Anybody home? Did you even hear what I just said? And you call yourself an assassin? This is why third rates like you are hopeless. I am 120% certain you are going to die. All you can do is trust your force and head for the Garden of Madness.
I am 120% certain you will die. I love Sylvia.
Are we back on?
Yeah. A lot of people don't like that character. They think she's a bitch, and I'm like, yes, that's the point.
I think that's great. To continue with tax talk, I see some people asking possibly joking questions, but I'll answer them seriously because I just did my taxes. Electricity. So I have a home office. And so what I have to do is figure out the entire square footage of my house and the percentage of my house that is my home office. And then I can take that percentage of my electrical bill, my water bill, my internet bill, my phone bill, and deduct it from my taxes. It's not 100%, but that's only because I have a home office. Like if I had a different office, you can deduct a lot more of that. But because I have a home office, yes, I can deduct things like electricity. But like my Netflix subscription, I deduct because I have to watch movies, you know. If I ever rent a movie or buy a movie, I keep track of that and deduct that. I deduct absolutely everything I can because that's how it works. And that was very serious tax talk here on Previously Recorded.
Jack,
What?
we're gonna mute.
Oh, man. I thought I wouldn't make it here on time. Had to take care of some customers that filed complaints. My apologies. So much to do with so little help. Yeah, I can't stand these people with all their nonsense complaints. They think they can just say anything. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm here. I made it on time. That's the important thing, right? I take it you're Mr. 8?
You? You're ranked?
Not me. Well, actually, it is me.
Oh, that makes sense.
Never mind then. We've got a job to do. But first, I need some time to get ready. Would you mind turning the other way? I need some privacy.
Privacy?
Yes. I need to prepare.
Whatever. Don't mind me. Pretend I'm not even here.
I just need you to look the other way for a second.
A second.
Yes, just a split second. I don't think it's too much to ask. Deal?
Then we can get on with our fight?
That is correct.
All right.
Oh, damn it.
Whoa! That was close. For a second there, I forgot that you were a killer.
Sorry if I scared you. I didn't mean to do that. Something's wrong with me today.
I let my guard down. Getting sloppy. I gotta stay on my toes.
You mind if I ask you something?
Yeah, what is it, Mr. Cosplay?
We're both assassins, right? Why do we have to kill each other anyway? If you ask me, it's absolutely meaningless.
It's about determining who's best. That's what it's about.
Can't argue with that. Well then, let's get started.
What? You want to shake hands?
We're both fighters, aren't we? Not killers, at least for now. This is a sign of sportsmanship, that we respect each other before and after the fight. Good luck.
Likewise.
Destroy Spark. Oh, this is great. Is this guy an idiot or what? Is this a joke? You fell for the oldest trick in the book. Oh, man, you are something. Oh, this is the best. Man, you really cracked me up. I think this laughter's gonna kill me. Oh, seriously, I think I might really die from laughter. It hurts. Someone help. Oh, God. Oh, shit. I thought I was gonna die there. For real. And look at you. You look like you're dead. I guess it's time for a wake-up call. Destroy town! Destroy team! This is where it gets good. Good night. Destroy Buster!
That was quite a move. I'll admit you've got potential. If Challenge had a taste, you'd be quite delicious. Fight for the 7th? Yeah, sure. Bring it on. I love a challenge.
You're as good as dead.
And we're back.
I'm gonna be honest, Rich. That cutscene was a little too long, so I went to go pet Biscuit in defense. I heard Biscuit in the other room, and I was like, I'm just gonna go pet my cat.
That's fine. I understand.
I did see someone bring up something that is really upsetting to me, which is the lighting in the
Yeah.
Bloodborne episode.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you noticed, Rich.
I did.
both Rich and I do not look our best.
That's usually the case with me.
and here's the real, and I think I've talked about this before. We did get some dedicated pre-rec lights because part of the issue with pre-rec is like we're moving lights, we're stealing lights from Mike and Jay.
Yeah.
And every time we set them up, it's a whole new setup. So we did invest in some new lights for pre-rec, which I'm very excited about. They're coming this week. We got some nice, soft LED lights that I'm really looking forward to playing around with, and more so than just playing around with, I'm really looking forward to finding the perfect setup and keeping them that way. No longer will they have to take the lights and use them over for half in the bag or rest in the work, but they'll just be our lights that we can keep exactly how we like them. Because I know it's rough, and you should have seen. I'll see if I can find a before and after shot. You should have seen before I did color correction.
Oh, really?
Oh my god. It was horrible. My lighting job was fucking atrocious. Big ups to Adobe SpeedGrade. They performed some magic. They made it look as good as it did. I mean, it was bad before. It was really bad. I'll find it. It'll be fun. Or not, because it's you. Mine is really subtle changes. You had some crazy shadows. It happens. It happens, but we're gonna figure this out. So I'm very excited about our own pre-rec lights.
That would be nice.
I don't have a picture of Rich with the blanket on his head with the broken headphones. We should.
We'll get one. Oh, fuck.
Or so, all I was thinking is while you were building the TV stand today, I was like, oh, we should take a picture of you building a TV stand because of the desk building bit in the latest episode.
Why is desk building funny now?
Did you see the episode?
Oh, wait. We talked about me enjoying building furniture. I didn't even remember.
And then I put it as a box quote for Bloodborne.
I'm just drawing a blank. 'Cause I put together the new TV stand today.
Yeah.
That's what had me.
Yeah. And so I put it as a box quote for Bloodborne, which is I really enjoy building desks. Rich Evans.
It's constructive.
Yes, I get it, but it's not a video game. Complain about something. Someone is asking me to complain about something.
We're good at that.
I mean, I don't know if I have anything right off the top of my head. Here's what I can complain about. I started watching Daredevil with my wife.
Yeah.
And, sometimes we have different schedules. And so, if I have a morning free, I can't just binge watch Daredevil. I have to wait for her because I'm watching it with her.
Yeah, I was watching Gotham with Karen, so I'm just reluctant to watch new episodes of that without her.
Yeah, absolutely. Kalua Puffs. Thank you for subscribing. We very much appreciate it. That's actually the trickiest situation with binge watching in general. Is if you want to, you have to choose. You need to either keep up with everyone else or the person you're watching it with.
Well, here's the problem with binge watching with Karen.
Yeah.
I can watch a whole season in a day. I don't give a shit. I'll do it. I'll just sit there. Karen, no. 3 episodes max.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my god, that's unacceptable.
Oh yeah. It makes. Sometimes I'll just bite the bullet and I'll watch something twice with her. I'll just go ahead and then pretend I haven't watched on without her. Oh yeah, let's see what happens next, and I'll rewatch 3 episodes I've already seen.
I can't do that. She'll see right through me. I'm a terrible liar, and so it's just it's a first world problem. But I'll take. For those asking in the chat where you find a woman who's into comic book stuff, go to a comic book store. Plenty of girls like comic books. There's plenty of nerdy girls out there. Just gotta find the one. So yeah, no, like, and that's a really great thing about Lisa, where it's just like she's down with the binge watching. If we have, the only problem is we don't have the time anymore. You know, we have very limited adults watching TV time. And so, but you know, if we have the time, man, we will go through.
God damn it!
Oh, god damn it, indeed. I know. What the fuck is a comic book store? Find your local comic book store and just hang out there.
I died! It's the first time I've died on Destroy Man in like 5 years.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Rich.
I am too. I am too.
If you can't find a girl who's into comics, settle for a man, says Riot Crew.
That seems insane.
You know.
Unless you're gay.
You know.
Then it makes perfect sense. That is why didn't you do that in the first place? But
then why even look for a girl if you're gay? If you're a gay man, why even look for a girl? Children confirmed for a bad idea. Children eat up a lot of time.
yeah, very bad idea.
And I don't want to... You have to be prepared for that. You have to be prepared for children to take up a lot of time. They have their own...
How about you just don't have them?
Oh, or don't have them if you're not into children. That's fine as well. As someone who has children, I completely understand people who don't want them. They take up a lot of time. But, you know, be prepared for that. Be prepared for that. But it's a good thing if you like children, and I in general like children. You know, they're good people.
Are they?
If you teach them correctly, they are.
They seem self-centered, and
Yep.
spoiled. And...
They're horrible assholes at first, but you teach them. You learn them good, Rich. You learn them real good.
What do you get out of it?
You get someone to take care of you when you're old.
What if they just put you in a home?
That's possible. That's why you have to treat them very well. You have to make them like you. That's the important part.
That seems hard.
Yeah, it's very hard. If they don't like you though, then you're fucked. But you also can't it can't be nothing but them liking you. Like you need to be strict with them. There's a balance. Also, the real victory with children, Rich, is you get to mold part of the next generation.
I don't care what happens in the next generation. I'll be dead.
No, but this is the generation that no matter what will care for you when you're old, right?
I see.
No, I mean, like, whether they're your children or not, they're going to be your doctors, right? They're going to be the people that look out for you. And so, like, for example, teaching my children that there are only 3 Star Wars movies is very important. And they will grow up knowing only 3 Star Wars movies exist. So. Malracco says, as a parent, aren't you afraid that they will grow up to be an asshole? Yes, I am afraid of that. But, you know, I try to teach them not to be an asshole. That's your number one job. Teach them not to be an asshole. Empathy. You have to teach them empathy. That's some of our biggest talks. How would that make you feel? How would that make you feel if someone said that to you? Oh, not very good. Well, then you need to not say that to other people. OctoJ says, so decades of treating them well so they can be nice to you in the last 3 shitty years?
Yeah, the cost of benefit ratio seems kind of whack there.
You know, I can see that. Unless you raised, like, the future president of the United States. You know that. Huh?
No.
Huh?
the last president that didn't come from a rich family?
Right.
I guess Obama.
Yeah, Obama did not come from a rich family. So Obama.
Okay, okay.
Clinton. Before that, Clinton did not come from a well-off family.
Okay.
So booyah.
Speaking of, he went to like Yale and whatnot, didn't he? I mean, how do you afford that shit if you come from a poor family?
I want to say he was big on the scholarship, but he
Yeah?
he came from a poor Southern family.
All right, all right.
Bill, not the next president. Which, I mean, it's going to happen, people. We can't, whether it's a good idea or
Who
not.
knows? I don't know.
As far as right now, that's what's going to happen, whether it's a good idea or not.
Is the country swinging right or left right now?
Right? It's swinging left.
Because Republicans did win pretty big in the last elections.
Yeah. Sure, yeah, they do.
I don't know if they still have momentum from that.
They're losing a lot of their religious right, but I still think in general, as far as like momentum and popular vote, Hillary has it right now.
Mute.
You're a killer, aren't you?
Help!
What?
Help!
I can't hear you.
Help me! Please!
What is this I hear from a 7th-ranked killer? Whatever. It's over anyway.
Please! Help me!
There you go.
And we're back.
And Rich, you were correct to mute as we were getting into political talk.
It's okay.
I think you were. Like I said, I am not officially saying like it is a good or bad idea to vote for Hillary. I'm just saying as far as what I think is going to happen.
Mhm.
That's what I think is going to happen. Like no matter what, and everyone knew that Bush Jr. was getting a second term. No one liked. I don't even remember his name. Who ran against Bush for a
Kerry?
second term? John Kerry. Nobody liked John Kerry. Even liberals didn't like John Kerry. And nobody thought that Mitt Romney was going to win, whether you liked him or not. Barack had the momentum, and so that's what it's all about, is momentum. So I'm not saying anything is right or wrong. I'm just saying what I feel.
And mute.
Travis, I'm starting to think that you may be for real.
You are now 7th in rank.
Hey, when I hit number 1, you better be looking your best.
No need to pretty up. I want you to see me for who I really am.
Serious? Damn.
And we're back.
Okay.
So speaking
So-
of Farscape.
Oh, you know what?
Do-
I was gonna make a fart joke. But
Oh.
That's fine.
Travis's character has a motivation, Jack. If he makes it to rank 1, Sylvia might sleep with him.
That's not motivation, though.
That's totally his motivation.
Did she say she would?
She implied she might.
I guess.
She's obviously just fucking with him. Doesn't seem
So,
to matter to Travis.
As the player, you know that she's fucking with him.
Yes.
But his character thinks that it might work. Okay, I mean, I guess that's fine motivation. Is it weird that motivation
You
isn't?
can, look, Chad, you can call Travis a retard, but the fact is, she does kind of end up falling for him in the end.
Sure. Sure. Does it work? Does he get some?
I'm not saying.
Oh, you're not spoiling it?
I'm not spoiling it.
Oh, I like that. Jack's thoughts on cutscenes is more controversial than anything he can say on politics.
I'm just gonna say, downward fucking dog.
What is
And if
that?
you've played the games, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Downward fucking dog.
How about F. Protsky? Thank you for subscribing. We very much appreciate it. You know, character motivation is an important thing to me. I like escapism. I like losing myself in a story. So yes, I want to make sure, and if the motivation is that he just wants to get some, I think that is clear motivation. So that's fine. You know what? That's fine.
What the fuck?
Downward facing dog is a yoga position.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
It's a reference to a bit of dialogue in the second game.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Dungeon Master Blaster. Thank you for subscribing. And I really enjoy that name. I think that's a good name. Dungeon Master Blaster.
Yes. It's referencing two things, not
It's
just
referencing.
one.
It's a nice,
efficient. It's a
it's a
very
nice
efficient
match.
username.
Yes, I agree. It's an efficient username.
This is Diane from Beefhead Video.
How do you lose yourself in
Calling
a
to
story
let you know
with
that
no
the video you
cutscenes?
reserved is here. Title is How to
That's
Please a Woman in
that's
Bed
the
101
question.
Part 3.
I'm not saying you sure you can. I'm just saying cutscenes are fine. Cutscenes are a fine tool.
Well,
They
see,
don't need
this
to be
is
thrown out.
this is the question that gaming is. This is the call that gaming is trying to answer. And so, like in Bloodborne, there are these little, for example, just because that's the game I'm playing.
See, I
right
don't
now.
like the story in Bloodborne.
Well, this is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
This is my opinions I'm talking about.
It's so vague. I just don't care about anything that happens story-wise.
But I'm at the
I
same
care
time.
about little bits and pieces, like the bits with the little girl. But overall, as a story, I don't give a fuck.
But it's like overall, you're getting as a player, you're getting little pieces, and you talk to people in windows, and you have an idea of the world. You're out hunting beasts, but the beasts talk like humans and are afraid of you.
It's lots of hints, though. It's not a narrative structure in any way, shape,
Exactly.
or form.
Exactly, it's lots of hints, and so like as a player, I get to kind of piece together what I think is happening, just as I think my character is trying to piece together.
I know lots of people like that. Supposedly the other Souls games are like that too, and
Right.
people love talking about the lore.
And so like, so if someone is asking how you can get immersed in this story, and it's because the story is in my head. There's no greater immersion than the illusion that I've created, and every piece, like adds a little chunk to the story that's in my head, and it's not ruined.
But your way, you don't get downward fucking dog.
Right. I you know what? In my way, what I don't get is like, I don't get clever writing, and I don't get structure.
Yeah.
But structure and immersion aren't necessarily the same thing, right?
No, I'm not saying this has to be an immersive thing either. I'm just saying.
Oh, sure. But so like that, this is like the big difference, and hopefully, like we delved into this a little bit during the Bloodborne discussion, but like there's a difference in video games to regular stories, and this is one of the big differences, like us as the player making our own narrative as if we would in real life, because it's a different type.
Yeah, some games can do that. They can do that great. I'm just saying one method of storytelling doesn't need to be completely discarded for all time.
That's true, and I that's fine. It's just not a type of storytelling that I like.
Okay, that's fair.
In-game.
That is fair.
Yeah. We're all with you. But Jack, is there a gunshot fade to black in your head? No, there never is.
If this had QuickTime events, chat, I would just be annoyed because the fun cutscenes would be interrupted and stop to force me to push a button when there's no real need to push a button because the cutscene's just going to play out the way the cutscene's going to play out. So yes,
Right.
that would be extremely irritating.
Mm-hmm.
But this game doesn't have QTEs, so it's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, QTs are like QuickTime events are that's a whole different
Which
thing,
they shouldn't even call them QuickTime events anymore.
right? They should just call them events.
Events.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a strict time limit. It's not like you could fail one of those unless maybe you're like handicapped.
Mhm.
You're like missing all of the fingers on your right hand.
And you
need
have to
you need to
hit
put the
the
controller on the floor and hit it with your toe.
Well, but I suppose if you're missing all the fingers on your hand, you're playing with your toes in general, so then it should be fine.
I think
And I
I'm
like
done
that
with the
though.
game for the night. By the way, what time is it? Is it late?
It's quasi late. There is one bit in our discussion that I'd like to bring up, but they're saying that, but Jack, yet you prefer to stop and read endless paragraphs during the gameplay of Metroid, and this is just tying into our whole story and whatnot. But see, the thing with Metroid Prime is part of the game mechanic is scanning things to get information. That is integral to the game. You scan enemies to get information on their weak points. You scan doors to open them. Scanning is a part of the game, and then so scanning lore is integrated into that gameplay mechanic. Therefore, I like it. Is there a good game that has QuickTime events? I mean, like, if you're gonna
There's
complain,
good games that have QuickTime events, but they're not good because of the QuickTime events. Like
Ooh,
Vanquish.
damn.
Vanquish is a handful,
Sure.
and they're just there. They're just they're not. There's not enough of them that really detract from the game.
The question is there a QuickTime event that makes a game?
Here's a question for the chat: is there a QuickTime event that is fun?
This is the thing where
Has
it's
that
like,
ever been a fun gameplay mechanic?
right. Like, have you ever had a QuickTime event where you're like, oh man, I nailed that?
I mean, isn't it just for stupid people to make them think they're doing that thing in the game they're not really doing?
Yes.
And I've
that's
just
exactly
insulted
what-
the people in the chat again when I said I was going to stop doing that.
No, but here's the thing. What you've done is, I mean, you've insulted them. But
Some of them, certainly not everyone.
But that was just a harsh opinion.
Yeah, it was.
And it's like, like God of War, Gears of War.
Oh God, I couldn't play God of War. I fucking
Right.
hated that shit. You do the fancy thing with the monsters when you hit the triangle button when the triangle button comes up, and you're not really doing that. It's the scripted event that's gonna happen. You just hit the button to continue the scripted event. It's not like you can choose not to.
And I think that's one of the greatest examples because it was one of the early ones,
Yeah.
which is like the combat in God of War was really great and fluid, right?
Mhm.
It was wonderful. Like God of War had great combat, and then for the boss battles, they said, okay, this really great combat that you've been mastering for the rest of the game, we're not going to use that. You have to press this one button.
Yeah.
Instead of using what you've been learning, you just have to press this button. That's exactly
And
what.
instead of triangle being the button to do the overhead swing with the chain weapon, now for some reason triangle is the button that rips out the giant snake tongue. And it's only used once, but now it's the button that rips out the giant snake tongue.
Right? It's insane. It's because they want this amazing thing to happen. They want you to rip out the snake's tongue, right? But they don't want you, the player, to fuck it up. So here's the thing, player. We don't want you to fuck up this cool thing we want to happen. Okay, so Rich.
Yeah.
Now that we've stated something far more controversial than politics, QuickTime events, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
You want to call it?
I kind of.
If you want to, I mean, I thought that was a pretty good stream.
I'm gonna be blatantly honest with you, Jack. I kind of want to go home and play Bloodborne.
You son of a bitch. I mean, listen, I'm fine with that.
I also want to watch Daredevil.
Here's the thing. If you go home and play Bloodborne, I will completely understand. If you go home and watch Daredevil, I mean, you should.
Yeah,
Just so
I
we
know,
have
I know we
something to
should.
talk about. Just so we have something to talk about later. But either way, I'll understand completely.
What time is it? Because the way this monitor is, I can't see the time on my computer.
It is
I'm using that weird old monitor.
11 o'clock. So
Yeah, I'm gonna call it. Yeah,
we can call it.
we're gonna call it.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, thank you everyone for coming out. Thank you to all of our new subscribers. Thank you to all of our old subscribers, and just thank you to everyone in general. I thought this was a really fun chat